What's up, everybody? I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and this is Detroit Lenny. We are brought to you now by BetMGM. We did a little switcheroo on you. You're welcome. You're welcome. That means that if you're signed up with Caesars and you're already rocking that book, now's your opportunity to grab a new book. This is the book I've been using, is BetMGM. This is
I use BetMGM and Caesars the most out of everything. I don't know why my camera's so like, oh God, it's about to fall. Don't touch nothing.
So yeah, the promo at BetMGM, it's up to $1,000 and a risk-free first bet. We don't have a promo code yet, so you've got to check out the description of the video and find the link, and then click on the link, and then you go to BetMGM. I like the BetMGM book. I like it a lot. It's really well organized.
That's what I like about it. Caesars is as well, but when I got the BetMGM app, and you were there when I got it, Super Bowl, we went down there with Mandy and downloaded it and all that. I didn't like it at first. I didn't. I will say that. It was a little confusing to navigate around. It wasn't user-friendly, if you will. But the more I play with it, the more I figure it out, the best. I really like it. So I use it. I use it on a daily. Every day I use that.
Me too. So. I've got action with them right now. As a matter of fact.
100% as well.
Silky is going with the Red Sox on the money line.
I'm on this as well for my last Woody. Yeah, I really am. I
want to say I took the other side of that actually.
No, you did not. You took the Cubs at home?
No, I didn't take the Cubs. Okay, I'm on the Diamondbacks today. I know I'm on that.
And then an early game too. That starts in about an hour.
Where is my BetMGM? There it is. So couple things to report as we get going here. The Handicapper starts today, right?
Yes, and the last one over. Obviously, we're on to July. I posted. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Where you guys can see this on Facebook. It's a post at the top of the group page. At the top in the featured section is where I pin everything for the day. So today's handicap tan looks like this. Okay, so you guys can see it says today, July, whatever. Here's the rules are in here. It's one per person, 2 picks a day, minus 150 juice. You can buy the points if you want, do whatever you want for the juice. I don't care what the pick is, just has to be under 150. No play. That was the thing. Good vibes. Only if your game is postponed. Baseball, there's a lot of postponement, rain delays, this and that. You have to play another play. You have to list it. You have to screenshot your plays, all that. But if your game's postponed and you don't put another play up, it's considered a loss in Handicap 10. So your team has to play. And cuts are made on the 7th, 14th, and 21st. Every 7 days. So easy peasy. We got a lot of people already in. Also, final results for June's is right here. Right here. So I can make this bigger.
Oh, gosh.
Dave Tokarski took down first place.
Woo! Dave! D-Talk, baby, D-Talk.
I really have to look back, but I'm telling you right now, I don't think he was ever lower than third. Maybe like in the very first week when everybody is like 1-1 or 2-0 or something like that. From day one, he's been really kind of crushing it. So 40-20 for David Tokarski. Congratulations. Awesome. There's instructions in this thread. You've already been tagged. You guys, all three of you have won something from before. Brian Gillihan with a mighty second place. The Captain Brian Gillihan.
El Capitan.
And then Roberto Sagato squeaked by Pedro Moore for third place on some push. He came through for third place for $50. So congratulations to everybody that made it to the end.
Yes.
If you're on this list, it was a feat. It was an event. It was you grind. You made Julie Carley made it through, I think, for the first time all the way to the end.
Wow.
All the way to the end. So I think there's some first timers making it all at the end. So, congratulations.
Yeah, you're getting better and better, which is great.
Yeah. So that's none of that.
All right, I just posted mine.
Oh boy, what'd you play? What's your handicap?
I did the Rays first half. I'm going to try to do only first fives. So I did the Rays.
That's right. You said that.
Yeah.
I like it.
I did the Rays over 4.5, and I did the Nationals money line.
I'm on the Red Sox money line and the Mets run line.
Okay, let me take.
I like the Mets run line today. I have to be honest with you. I like the Mets. I like the Red Sox. I like the Yankees run line, but like, there's no value there. And I like the Dodgers run line to beat the shit out of the Padres. And something you hear me say all the time.
Red Sox.
I like the Tigers.
I don't believe it.
As a favorite.
As a favorite? Holy
And I don't even know who's pitching today. It still says undecided.
Oh my gosh.
Playing the Royals at home. So
I think I took. Oh yeah, I bet that's what my over was Barrios and and Kluber. I got a bunch of action. I got the Red Sox. I have the Diamondbacks first half run line. I have the Rockies under. I took the Braves, Brewers, Dodgers in a parlay, all on the money line. I took Pirates under 3.5 first 5, Brewers run line first 5, Nationals first 5, and Rays over 4.5 first 5. I got a lot of action. So great job, everybody who participated in Handicapper. Let's rock this out again.
I'm looking forward to July.
I'm
looking forward to July. Get some people in there. Don't forget to join. Don't join tomorrow. I mean, you can join tomorrow if you forget to put picks in today or whatever, but you just start 0-2. So, it's 60 picks, 30 days, 2 picks a day. It's a grind. You will probably forget. So, somewhere along the line, I've forgotten.
You could get bonus points if you don't miss a day.
I agree. Yeah, like I forgot. Velko yesterday took 2 plus like 500 money line dogs just because he knew he was out of the money, but he's like, screw it, last 2 picks, and he went 1-1. He plus 700 on one of them. So good job there.
Killer.
I post for the contest every day, and I've forgotten to put my own picks. So
that's too funny.
I don't know how I do that.
So for anyone who doesn't know, today is Bobby Bonilla Day, July the 1st.
Greatest day of baseball.
Greatest day in baseball, greatest day in the history of contractual obligations. Basically what it means, there's only 13 left, only 13 more, but basically, here it is. I'll just read it to you. The 59-year-old former slugger continues to relish in the outcome of the Wilpon family mistakes. For the 12th consecutive year, Bobby Bonilla is collecting $1,193,248.20 from the New York Mets. Bonilla played for the Mets from 92 to 95 before being traded to the Orioles, who also made annual payments to Bonilla. He returned for 1 more year in 99 and was released at the end of the season. The team only owed him $5.9 million at the time of his release, but decided to defer his contract until 2035 at 8% interest. So every July 1st, Bobby Bonilla gets just about $1.2 million. That dude's 59 years old. So my question was I feel like he needs a cocktail. Like, what do we drink on Bobby Bonilla Day? So chat, if you guys have any ideas, what we should be drinking on Bobby Bonilla Day, let us know. What do you think? You have kind of a good idea. It's got to be sensible. What did you say?
It's got to be like a little pricey, but yet sensibly priced. Like, it's got to be a fancy drink, but sensibly priced. Because let's be honest, 1.2 million is not what it was 20 years ago.
That's true.
So 1.2 million, you're not balling out if you're making $1 million a year. 1.2 million, you're living comfortably. Or Bobby, I hope you are. I know you're a friend of the program. I know you're probably watching. So Bobby, I hope you're living sensible, but I hope you're not like living balling out with Bugattis and mansions and strip clubs. Live sensible.
to see if I can Google what Bobby Bonilla is doing.
I'm Googling Bobby Bonilla drink. So I think it's got to be something New York related, but with an umbrella.
So I didn't know that he was in a series of commercials with Ryan Reynolds and the Mint Mobile. But they had last year they offered customers the Bobby Bonilla deal of wireless. The offer was 25 years of service for $100 a year.
I mean, I just looked up Bobby Bonilla drink, like what kind of drink he would drink. I don't know. And it's not. Don't Google that. Don't Google Bobby Bonilla cocktail.
I'm not. I want to know.
I don't know.
Doomed contract. I feel like champagne's got to be involved. Something like champagne, right?
Yeah, but it's got to be like store-bought champagne. It can't be from the strip club.
Yeah, like Cooks. You got to get the Cooks.
You gotta pop that bottle at home. Okay.
Cooks, we used to get, when I went camping in the Northwest, which was all the time, we would get a couple bottles of that cheap Cooks champagne. And then, like you peel the top off the mandarin oranges or the peaches, like fruit cups. And that, like, we would fill our things and sip. And that was our little camping mimosas. Our camping Bellinis. Malibu bum for Bobby Bonilla Day. I like that. Something sweet.
I'm trying to get rid of my sex
What's
friends.
up, Brian? Blue Jays for Jim Bob. Something rich. Yeah, something rich.
Yeah, but yet again, sensibly priced because it's not what it was. That money, you know what I mean? After taxes, depending on tax break, let's say he walks away with $800-900 grand, just under $1 million. Hopefully he invested it smart into car washes and laundromats so he can launder that money correctly.
Right.
Something to that nature. I know, Julie, I just blocked them. They come after me every day. What do you want me to tell you?
They just can't get enough.
My Russian sex bots love me. They love me. I'm convinced they were in Russia too.
The king of beers, Bud Light.
You think Bobby's drinking?
Day though, you'd have to get a Bud Light Platinum if it was a beer. It'd have to be like Bud Light Platinum.
It might be a seltzer. Maybe flavored. But does Bobby drink stuff like that? Or is Bobby
had a ranch water? Don't ever drink ranch waters. They're disgusting.
What's a ranch water?
So when I was in Portland, Avril's husband, Peter, what a ranch water is a shot of tequila and then they fill it with seltzer and there's like a twist of lime, right? So he was drinking those the whole time. I'm like, awesome, these are delish. Well, they can it now. And it's like agave and lime and seltzer and whatever it's not tequila in the can. Whatever is in that can, you don't want in your mouth. You don't want that in your face. I had one the other day.
Mandy's new thing is called death water.
Death water?
Or no, I'm sorry. It's called liquid death. Liquid death. It's water in a can. It's not even carbonated. Yeah. So when she was doing this competition karaoke thing, we were down at it's called the Horse Trailer Saloon down off 4th Street or whatever. And she's like, oh, I want a can of that liquid death. I'm like, what? My wife's not a drinker. I'm like, well, you're balling out tonight, huh? Right? And she's like, it's water. And I'm like, so I was like sipping it and pouring it in my whiskey a little bit just to whatever. And she's like, don't waste my water in your whiskey. And I'm like, that's true.
That's true. We could come up with a strain also. I don't know how I feel about water in a can. I mean, I do like my coconut water in a can.
It's not carbonated.
Yeah, it's just
not
water.
Flavored.
Because I remember having this conversation with myself standing in line at 7-Eleven and being like, wonder if I would drink more water if it was in a tall can, because I love to drink a tall can. So
I think if he's smoking a strain, he's smoking Gary Payton.
Gary Payton.
Just because that's funny. Right. Bobby's smoking some Gary.
Glue because he's stuck into this contract.
No, that's what the Mets are smoking.
The Mets are smoking Gorilla Glue. Yeah. What's up? Love the Joe Madden collab. I'll be back on there next Thursday also. Taking the Red Sox for this afternoon. I'm doing the same thing, Lenny. Hell yeah, Jerry. Can I get an eighth of Bobby Bonilla, please?
Or
I love it.
Barry Bonilla. Oh,
I like that. Barry Bonilla. So we do have a special guest today. It is Matt Jacob. Oh, shoot. I didn't put his Twitter address on here. Beep,
good job.
Boop, boop. Hey, you shush it. It's at Matt R. Jacob. Okay, keeping it simple. I like it. So we are going to bring him in right now. Hi, friend.
Hey, Allie, how are you? Sorry for being a little bit late.
Oh, no, you're good. We're trying to think what kind of cocktail should we drink on Bobby Bonilla Day?
Ooh, that's a great question. I would probably go for something simple and refreshing like a Moscow Mule. Just, nice and tasty, goes down easy,
Well played, sir. Well played. Well played. I thought it had to be something a little fancy, but yet sensibly priced because
Right.
1.2 million is not what it used to be.
Well, you go for the whole handle of vodka and a bunch of ginger beer and just have at it.
I mean, let's be honest. It's Bobby Bonilla, so it's probably a fifth of Mad Dog 2020 and a 40, okay, of Old Dickies. And he's just calling it 8th grade.
That's
right.
That is too funny. And the Moscow Mule stands out. You know when someone's drinking it, it's got its signature cup, like a big giant check.
Man, I might have one of those later.
I know, huh? It's the official Bobby Bonilla Day drink.
There you go.
They are eco-friendly. I wondered about that. So Matt, welcome to the show. Tell the people who you are and what you're all about.
Yeah, so I've been here in Las Vegas since 1994. It's hard to believe it's been going on 28 years. Yeah, it's crazy. So I've been working as a writer and editor in this town ever since in various capacities, local publications. I've been in the sports betting space off and on really since the mid-2000s. I started doing some writing for a handicapping website and then doing handicapping myself, and then wrote a weekly column for what was the Vegas 7 magazine, which has gone away a few years ago. I did that weekly and then kind of got back into the space recently working for a company called props.com. And now I'm back out on my own, doing my own thing and just contributing where I can. I just wrote an article this week for Forbes. Forbes, they're starting to expand their sports betting space as everyone's trying to jump in. It's the wild, wild west out there trying to make a name for themselves, as I'm sure you guys well know.
So let me ask you this. You know how, like with poker, when Chris Moneymaker won, poker just really blew up and that space just, ballooned. I'm like blossom and something. Ballooned is what I'm trying to say. How do you think that's going to relate to sports betting? Is it everyone just kind of getting in, and then in a few years we're going to see it kind of die down and even out? Or do you think this thing just grows and grows and grows and grows forever till the end of time?
Allie, I think we're just the starting blocks. I do. I think this is just going to be, you see, this is why states are finally wising up. Some states have been slower than others, the more conservative states, although I wouldn't call California a conservative state, but they've been slow to go too. It just makes sense from a tax perspective, and everyone's out there. You see the numbers just in New York and New Jersey. I mean, Nevada isn't even a blip on the monthly numbers anymore. And this is where it all used to be, because if you wanted to bet sports legally, you had to be here within the Silver State, and I think it's just you're just seeing the start of it. I'm very concerned about the legislation that some of these states are passing. They're kind of in the dark. They should be reaching out to every sports book operator in Las Vegas. These guys have been doing it for years. They should be in every committee meeting telling them exactly how it runs in Vegas, and this is why you should do this and why you shouldn't do this, not allowing you to bet on the home team. And we suffered from that in Vegas for a long time, and then we finally wised up. Look, that just makes us look like we're hiding something when you can't bet on UNLV or UNR. And they finally, said this is an archaic rule. Let's get rid of it. And then you see states now that don't allow prop betting on college players, because it's sort of that whole conservative Midwest mentality. A lot of these places that do this are in the Midwest. They're just not used to what it is. And what you're really doing is you're doing two things. You're leaving money on the table as a state, and then you're also you're kind of opening up yourself to criticism. Like, well, why would you allow this and not this? I mean, is something shady going on? So there needs to be regulation. Don't get me wrong. It's super important because, again, as I use the term always, it's the wild, wild west out there. But you got to be smart about it. And why not rely on the guys, the men and the women in Las Vegas, specifically with the state of Nevada, who have been doing this for decades and know what to do? Pick their brains. They're great resources.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just it. There is so much out. We kind of talked about this yesterday on the show, that there's still that taboo. There's still this stigma about betting on sports. And like you were saying, for people in the Northwest who, for Lenny and I, we live out here. This is like waking up and eating breakfast to us. But a lot of people, you get the stories about, I lost my house, or my kid can't go to college. And you get these horror stories about what can happen. And I also understand the paying players and that whole taboo that goes around the college kids. How does that get lifted? Is that just over time that people just become more desensitized to it and understand what's really going on?
Yeah, I think that every day that passes without a scandal is a big day. As long as you avoid those things, scandals will come. They're always going to be there. You just got to be on the lookout for them. And look, there's another myth that has been busted multiple times, is that Nevada has been the one to alert the NCAA, the NBA to strange betting patterns. Look into this. There might be something fishy going on. They're the ones who kind of tip off the leagues. So being watchdogs, every state has to be its own watchdog in that regard. But no, the stigma is going to always be there in a lot of places, but it will get lifted over time. There is going to be, let's be real, the more you broaden what is going on, whether it happened with Indian casino gaming when it started to proliferate throughout the country, there's going to be problem gambling. It's going to increase because there are so many more people doing it. But people are going to do what they do, and if they don't do it legally, they're going to do it illegally. You have to have the resources in place to help people, to recognize where you might see problems, and provide help. It's up to the individual person to decide to do that. So there's that part of it. We're going to see those numbers are going to go up. It's just that's the price of doing business in the sports betting space. But the stigma will ease. We're seeing it. I mean, it's still, Allie, and it's just every time you look on TV and watch a game and you see DraftKings in the background, or you hear a read, and it's just like, God, this was 4 years ago. No, this was so taboo. Nobody could say a word about it. Al Michaels would slip in his little dig, and everyone would laugh. But that's as far as you could go. It's crazy now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's totally nuts. I remember being in the rave scene, and now you drive down the street and there's DJs plastered on the side of MGM. It was this little underground thing that no one wanted to talk about, and now it's everywhere and it's normal. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay.
All about this. Once they got a piece of the pie.
Legalizing marijuana, that was, remember when we moved here in 94, a seed was a felony. If you got caught with a seed on you in Vegas, it was a felony. Now,
crazy.
Where's my pipe?
Yeah, as soon as they profit from it, that's all. It's why the Raiders are here. You could have lost everything I own and everything you own. Saying, if someone told me the NFL is going to come here, you're crazy. Never happened. I underestimated how greedy they are. They could have put that stadium in Pocatello, Idaho. The NFL would have gone to Pocatello, Idaho, because the money was there. The free money was there. It's crazy.
What do you think? So this is a question that Lenny and I have gone to Aviators games.
I'm going to try and restart my internet real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. We desperately want professional baseball to come to Las Vegas. We want the A's. We've already picked out our team. We're cool with the A's. I'm not into the Diamondbacks, but A's are fine. What do you think about professional baseball coming to Las Vegas? Is it a reality, and what's the timeline on that?
It is looking more and more like a reality. I was skeptical. I thought baseball would be second to the market. I always knew hockey would be number one. I knew there was a passion for hockey here. There's a lot of East Coast transplants. Us getting our own team was a big part of that as well. And I thought baseball would be number two, and baseball would have been number two had the city of Henderson, not, blew it in the late 1990s when our friend Don Logan at the Aviators was trying to get a spring training complex built out here. It was going to bring 4 teams out here to have spring training, and that would have built that buzz. And I thought baseball would have been next. Now, the NBA is coming. The NBA is coming soon. The NBA is going to beat the A's here if the A's do come. So then you're talking 3 sports in a community of 2.2, 2.4 million. And the NBA obviously pricey, just like the NFL is pricey. NBA's 41 dates, NHL's 41 dates. Football, if you include exhibition, is 10 dates. Now you're looking to fill 81 dates at a less of a price point, but still not a cheap price point. And you're also trying to rely on that trick of, well, we'll get outside fans to come here and, see their team play the A's or whatever the team is. So I think it's coming because the Major League Baseball wants it and the city and the state want it. But I don't know how it's going to succeed. It's going to be tough, the toughest of all sports because of those 81 dates. They have to build a dome stadium. There's no way Major League Baseball is going to allow a team to play outdoors, not even temporarily out at Las Vegas ballpark. It's just too hot. So I do think it's coming, but I do think it's going to be a big struggle to succeed. It's not going to be like the Golden Knights, and it's not going to be like the Raiders, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
Do we still think it's going to be the A's?
Yeah, I just saw a thing today. Apparently, there was some measure passed in Oakland. I didn't read totally into it that for that ballpark that they're trying to get going, I think in Fremont or somewhere in the waterfront, somewhere out there. So I know the A's really want to be here. They want to capitalize on the Las Vegas market. Of course, who wouldn't want to be in Las Vegas, especially, no knock to Oakland, but, it's not a city. They've lost the Raiders. They've lost the Warriors to San Francisco. So I totally understand Oakland being here, but, the Raiders are a national brand and the Golden Knights were brand new. 2 easy things you plug and play and go. The A's are not a national team. They've had success recently, but not come playoff time, and now they're one of the worst teams in baseball, as you know. So we're a fair, we've been here 28 years. Where you win or we don't show. That's just, you ask anybody who goes to UNLV games.
UNLV games. That's exactly where I was going. Yeah.
When the basketball team's winning, you can't get a ticket, but when they're terrible, there's the best seat in the house available. They're cheap.
Yeah.
So if it's not the A's, I don't know if baseball expands. So does Tampa Bay move out here? It's going to be a relocation. I don't think we're going to get our own team.
Yeah, I wouldn't think we got our own team. It would offset the balance of baseball anyway, wouldn't it?
Right. Yeah, they'd have to bring in 2 teams. So, where's it going to go? Portland? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, heck. Shoot, I had another question and then I forgot. Oakland Hills Waterfront still approving the project. Does it help at all? That's what I was going to say. Does it help at all, though, that the A's we do have their farm team? Like maybe Vegas does rally a bit. I mean, we do like baseball. I went to Green Valley High School here, super heavy baseball school with Coach Fairless. And, he used to be Greg Maddox's coach at Western, I think it was. So we are like a big baseball community. We dig it a lot.
Just look at all the guys in the big leagues, right now, from everywhere from Bryce Harper to Bryson Stott. If we went to UNLV. So, we've always been baseball. This has always been a baseball town, more so than anything else. No question about it. We love baseball. Does the fact that the Aviators are the A's affiliate help a little bit? I don't think that much. Most people who go to Aviators games, it's, they go with their families or their friends. They're out there to have a good time. They're not, totally passionate about a win or a loss. So I would love to know the percentage of people who walk into the stadium on a given night who know who their parent club is. I'm guessing probably 20-25% at most, and those are the hardcore baseball fans. But people go to baseball games really, and they'll go to major league games. It's the experience, and it's having a good time. And yes, there's passion for baseball teams, but it's not like in some locales. So I just wonder about the saturation, about us being a big enough market. I hate the idea, and I know they're going to do it. I hate the idea they're going to put it on or adjacent to the Strip. Locals don't like going to the Strip. They don't like fighting that stuff. And they'll do it 8 times a year to go to the Raiders games, and 40 times for a Knights game. But 81 times a year to have to go down there. I think it should be a little bit more of a suburban location if they can find a spot. But they're not going to do that. They want the glitz and glam of the Strip. That's part of the deal.
I like the idea of it being on the Strip. I don't really, as a local, I don't necessarily care where it's at so much, as long as the freaking parking is easy. Because that's where they really biffed it with the Raider Stadium. Like T-Mobile's an in and out. You can park anywhere on the Strip. I usually park in New York. You can walk right in. The parking for me is what makes all the difference in the world. I'm not sitting in line and waiting.
Especially getting out. Getting out's even worse than getting in.
Oh yeah, because then you got to time it where like you're leaving at the end of the ninth inning, or like you're watching the game over your shoulder and listening to hear if you like that crack in the bat. Did anything happen?
Right.
The last part of the game just to
I've used that bus service for the Knights game several times, and that's a great deal. It's $2 each way. Takes you parks right by the Excalibur. It's a 5-minute walk to T-Mobile. And
that's perfect.
Yeah, those things they got those ironed out because parking. No fun. As a Dodger fan, I know what parking is like going in and out of that stadium. Imagine adding the strip to it. It's just no fun.
Not at all. So let's talk a little bit about baseball team-wise. Are you noticing any trends or like anything necessary to report, I guess, with what's going on in baseball right now leading up to the All-Star break?
Yeah, some trends that are obviously about the Yankees, right? Nothing much needs to be said there. But here's an interesting tidbit for baseball bettors. The top 4 teams, money-wise, right? So we talk about profitability because baseball, obviously, it's a little bit of a different sport than football and basketball. There's money lines you're dealing with. So the Yankees are number 1 far and away. Then the Mets, no surprise given their records. The 4th team is the Houston Astros. No big surprise there. The third most profitable team in baseball is the Baltimore Orioles. If you bet $100 on every Baltimore Orioles game this year, win and lose, you're up $900. It's crazy, and you don't think of them as one of the better teams. So they've been very surprising. They've got a record of 35-42, which isn't great, but it's way better than anybody expected, obviously, given the amount of profitability they've had. Texas is another team ranked in the top 10 in money right now. They're plus 2.6 units. So there's a couple of surprises there. I will talk about quickly because I know people love to bet baseball totals. Boy, the Houston Astros are just a dead under team. They're 48-24-3 to the under this year. They doubled the number of unders that they played versus overs. The Tigers are close behind as an under team, but this Houston Astros team, even with Yordan Alvarez, and he's been out recently, they haven't hit a ton consistently, but their pitching has been unbelievable. Justin Verlander leading the way, a bunch of guys slotting in behind him. So they're a team that, will that last? Of course not. That's they're going to see some regression over the second half of the season. But if you've been on the under train for Houston this season, you're sitting on a nice bag of cash. Not too shabby there. And on the flip side, you look at the over teams. It's the Philadelphia Phillies. They're 42-32-3 to the over this season. So and again, that is going to probably change with Bryce Harper being out pretty much most of the rest of the season with that broken thumb. So keep an eye on a little bit of a regression there.
Yeah, that was rough, Bryce. That was rough.
Yeah.
I was looking at it last night. That's where you said the Orioles, because I remember seeing as an underdog, they're 44-27. And then you also got to think they're like pretty much always an underdog. That's always some nice plus money for them.
Yeah.
I dig the Orioles. They all know that. I like an Orioles plus runs, plus money. That's kind of one of my things I look for. Last season, I cashed on that a whole lot.
Yeah, they're the best run line team in baseball, Allie, by the way. They're better than the Mets and the Dodgers. And they're if you bet the run line, you're up almost $1,500, $100 bet of every one of their games on the run line. So taking them plus 1.5 or minus 1.5 when they're on the times when they're favored, they're delivering. It's an interesting team because I couldn't name more than 4 guys on the team, to be honest.
Well, one guy, who is on their team? Jorge Mateo from the Las Vegas Aviators.
He was exciting to watch. I've never seen somebody run the
Jorge.
bases as fast as that guy in my life, and I've watched baseball since I was 7 years old. That kid can move.
Quick like a bunny. And remember when he would step up to the plate, they'd go, Mateo.
Yeah. Yep,
Hip,
yeah.
Jorge, hip, hip.
If he can learn how to hit the curveball, he's gonna have himself a long major league career.
I love that guy. What do you have any thoughts on O'Neal Cruz, the shortstop in Pittsburgh? He's kind of like my new jam right now.
Yeah, I didn't know much about him until he came up, to be honest with you. But I saw the 2 home runs he hit. Wow. Rockets, absolute Rockets. The kid's 6'7" and plays shortstop for now.
21, yeah. 6'7",
He's not going to play shortstop very long. Not with a bat like that. They don't want him. They don't want him injured. But it's an exciting time to be a Pirates fan. They got some good young offensive players, and this kid, if he lives up to the hype, man, he's got marketability written all over him. I mean, he's going to be a star and a stud for as long as he stays in Pittsburgh till he ends up in the Yankees, which is probably what's
exactly. That's how all this works. For any of you who don't watch baseball, this is how everything works. Okay.
That's right. Get it while you can. Get it while you enjoy it while you can, Pirates fans, because somehow they'll screw it up.
I feel like the Rays, like I go through such heartache over Rays pitchers because like you'll grab onto that Hap or that Eovaldi and they're always at a plus price. You're always cashing on when they play to the Rays and then they go to the Yankees, or then Snell was that guy. Now he's a Padre and he's just not that good anymore. You get a great pitcher at a great price, then they go somewhere else and they're minus money and they're not that good of a pitcher anymore. Is there something in the water in Tampa Bay that I don't know about?
The culture. It is, for sure.
Yes. 6'7". I think he's 221 pounds. That kid is intense, and he is fast, and he hits. I'm excited. My whole family's from Pittsburgh, so I follow the Pirates.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And he can throw the ball as hard as he can hit it, too, from shortstop. He's got a too. It's great. He's got it all.
Just the amount of space that, like, he takes up between third and second base. Like, he just the wingspan on that guy is crazy.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Anything else to report before we let you go? Thank you so much for coming on. This was fantastic. Do you like anyone today? Do you have a pick for today?
You know what? You mentioned him, so let's talk about Blake Snell real quick, shall we?
All right.
Blake Snell in his last 9 starts, the Padres have 0 wins. They're 0-7 this year. 8 of those 9 losses they failed to cover the run line, so they've been multi-run losses. He's got a 5.60 ERA this year. He hasn't pitched well. The Dodgers are 12-1 in their last 13 games against the Padres. They got Tony Gonsolin on the mound. He's 9-0 with a 1.58 ERA. The Dodgers are 11-3 in his 14 starts this year. Gonsolin's got a 2.20 ERA in 3 career starts against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers won all 3 of those games: 6-0, 3-1, 8-3. I like the Dodgers on the run line tonight. They have proven they're a better team than the Padres. Machado came back last night, had a couple hits, so he's a little bit of an X factor. The Dodgers without Mookie Betts is still a bit of a problem, but I just don't trust Blake Snell right now. And as a Dodger fan, I've been waiting for Gonsolin to come back to earth. He's going to come back to earth. I hope it's not tonight because I think he's got the Padres. The Padres just aren't a very good offensive team, especially if Machado isn't really moving well. And I don't like Snell in this spot. And I think getting the Dodgers, I don't want to lay 174, 180, whatever the price is. I don't like laying that kind of juice. But I think the Dodgers on the run line, you just take a deep breath about their bullpen and hope that they can hold it together late. But that's my play today.
Yeah, Dodgers are one of I'll get on them later in a game just to in-play them because I'll catch them getting down early. They always manage to come back, though, don't they? So, in-playing the Dodgers is a great way to avoid having to lay a bunch of juice on the money line.
That's a good call. Same thing I'd say for the Astros tonight. Keep an eye on them, especially if they trail the Angels early, which I don't think is going to happen. But I like that pitching matchup tonight for the Astros and just Houston in general.
The Astros' first 5 stat has been pretty intense. Like, they pretty much score in the first 5. I don't know what the actual number is, but they score early and often is how they do it. So
good to know.
I like the Astros typically in the first 5. Lex Steele loves the Astros tonight. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? Do you know who Mark Appel is? Appel?
Yeah.
After 9 years.
Yeah, it's what a great story. Talk about perseverance and just want to and not giving up. And, hopefully he makes the most of his opportunity and can stick around. But even if he doesn't, he could say, I got there. I was a Major League Baseball player for how long it is. And that's a special thing because there aren't a lot of people who ever get that opportunity. That's something I always wished I was going to be. And I knew right away it wasn't going to be. So I pivoted to a different career to stay in sports. But, to be put on a big league uniform, to be in a big league clubhouse and a big league dugout and on a big league mound, it's a special time for anyone, especially someone who had to wait that long. And it's a pretty cool story.
We've been talking on the show about the the romance of baseball. We were kind of talking about it yesterday. We all got into Brockmeyer, and that romance brought up the Moneyball romance quote. And I brought it up to some of my friends, and they're like, I don't feel that way about baseball. And I'm like, well, how can you not? And then I realized maybe I just like watched Field of Dreams so many times. But part of that is that these are guys like getting on dingy buses and going from town to town and missing their family, maybe not right now, like presently, but even if, I was an umpire, and not for the minor leagues, but for minor league umpires, they're kind of like all staying in the same room and driving their own cars from town to town just to umpire. And I think that's part of the romance of it for me, is that you love this game so much that you're willing to, put up with all this. And it just goes to say that he's a Philly. Donna Cusick's our Philly girl. Yeah. Rye Cape is from Philly also, actually. But it just attests to how much you love the sport. And for him to finally make it to the big leagues, I mean, that is just it. He can say, I played in the show.
Yeah. And it's not a glamorous life until you get to the big leagues, and it's hard to get to the big leagues.
Unless you play for Oakland, then it's still not a glamorous life.
This is true.
The Aviators have better facilities than Oakland does, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. I talked to several players back in 19 about that, and they basically said, if not for the fact that we're in AAA, I would never want to leave here. I mean, the place is anybody who ever gets a chance to get a behind the scenes tour. I mean, it's enough just to see the ballpark in and of itself. It's a beautiful place, but underneath, I mean, these guys, they are treated first class. And as someone who covered the Las Vegas Stars for 3 years at Cashman Field and saw those clubhouses, what a 180, what a difference. It's a huge, I mean, any Major League Baseball team should be begging to be the parent club of the Las Vegas Aviators, because their players get first class treatment all the way around. The players, it's just a simple fact of life. You treat it better, you play better, you feel better, you play better, right? All those sort of things are interconnected, and it's a beautiful place, and it's very well taken care of. And yeah, some of these guys says if it wasn't for the fact that I wasn't getting a big league paycheck, I'd stay here. It's so nice.
I know, like doing statistics, Stephen Piscotty came down a lot, and I was like, I wonder if he's just faking this calf injury because he's got like a good like that,
right? Get a couple weeks in Vegas, yeah.
It's true, your players feel like they're taken care of and they're validated, and they're, all the hard work they're putting into your team, you've got to give that back to them and say, this is what you are worth to us. And it's important. And Don Logan did a killer job with the Las Vegas ballpark.
Yeah, they researched the heck. They went everywhere and picked a little bit of this and a little bit of that and made it their own. And the place is stunning. I just wish I still lived in Summerlin. I'm all the way back out here near Lake Las Vegas, and it's a hike to get there, but it's fun to be out there. It's a great time.
Yeah, I'm on the east side. I'm kind of over by Boulder Station. So
okay, so Cashman Field would be easy for you.
That's I know. Finally get a job in baseball, and it's like across town from the job that I was trying to get the year before. Yeah. But it was a way nicer ballpark, so I'll take it. And they kept dollar beer night, which was important. Thirsty Thursdays are like a must for minor league.
For sure.
For minor league, indeed. All right, Matt, thank you so much, guys. Y'all can follow him at Matt R. Jacob. And your pick for tonight was the Dodgers on the run line.
Dodgers on the run line, and a little bit. I like the Astros on the run. I like the under in the Astros game too. So those are my 3 plays. Not to be too chalky, but that's what stood out to me today.
They're all going to shove them in 5 parlays anyway.
Thanks, Allie.
No problem. Thanks, Matt. We'll see you again real soon.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That was my friend, Matt Jacob. We know each other from the Aviators press box, and we ran into each other at the office bar last weekend. So I said, I got to have you on the show, friend. I'm going to have Jim Gemma on. He's kind of the head honcho of the Las Vegas Aviators. I'm going to see if I can't get him on next week. Actually, I think the Aviators are in town next week, so maybe the week after. Anyway, I do want to remind everybody something might look different to you. BetMGM is now our official sponsor. A little switcheroo, no big deal. For the month of July anyway. So their deal for us is $1,000 risk-free first bet when you get signed up with BetMGM as a new account. So you guys definitely want to check that out. Lenny and I use BetMGM all the time. And then if you're over at picksandparlays.net and you're looking for premium plays like from Craig Trapp or Sean Higgs or Earl Sports Bets or Cam Ross, use the promo code CFL. Sugar Balls! You cashed your CFL play yesterday.
Damn right I did. First half, full game, and over. Bang, bang, bang.
Do you have another
yeah.
one today?
I'm
gonna be like that twitchy guy, like, yo, man, can I get a hit? Can I get some CFL from you? Can I get some CFL from you?
It was good times. We
so
had
Lenny text me Ottawa Red Blacks +2, and I already had 10 on yours, but I just threw 5 on his because I was like, technically, I took the money line, so I'm like, technically, I could cash them both, and then it was a 3-point game, so it was really close to it. But
when I looked at the very end, there was like 3 minutes left, maybe 5, I don't know, something like that, and they were up like 33-23 or something like that, or I don't know what it was, and I'm like, all right, I'm good. And then I realized they went close game or something like that. They won by 3 points. And I was like, I took a -2 is what I had them at, but I also took them on the money line, and I also took them first half after Stimmy liked them first half. And then our squad play, Nick Earl talked me into the over, or not really. He didn't have to talk too hard, and he really didn't. And then so I was on the over as well. So game time decision, squad bets 13-9 for the month of June. So we cashing money over there on that show.
So the A's are 0-11 on Fridays, AJ thinks. I love the idea of having a day of the week that I know to do something. I like that. I love Snell, but I mean, I hope he gets rocked too because I'm on the Dodgers. So there's that. That CFL play was awesome. I even doubled down when they went down right after halftime. Ballin'.
Yeah, it was nice. The first half, it was like 14-6 or something like that.
Money line over, and then the in-play money line all cash. That's changing lives, Detroit Lenny. You're gonna like start a Canadian football following.
I love Canadian football, and I love that you guys love it, and I love that Nick Earl loves it because like he's the only other guy that I know that really loves it. Like I love it. Like we're jonesing for football so bad that we're like I Googled yesterday, how do I watch Canadian football? And then I was like, man, I could pay. And then they wanted the subscription, sir. I'm like, no, Lenny, don't do it because it's going to be all bad. Don't do it. It was like I could buy the MLB package for Canadian football. It was a good time, though. 8 people left in last Woodies standing. By the way, last Woodies standing starts on Mondays. 4th of July is Monday. We will be here Monday morning.
Yeah.
So don't come in here going Tuesday. Well, I didn't think anybody was going to do it. We'll be here.
Yeah, we're going to be here.
Okay, so Craig, don't let us have time off like
they
that.
Thought it was a holiday. Well, should we take it off? No, because then when we take it off, it throws a wrench in everything.
The whole week.
Yeah. I'll post it on my Twitter. We'll post it on the Woody page. We will try to remind you guys that it is going down on Monday, but how about just remembering it's going down on Monday? So I don't want to see you on Tuesday that you missed your pick.
And I'm telling you right now, there's no picks on Saturday and Sunday. You guys remember that. There's 8 people left today. I'm expecting I'm just going to be real with you. 2 or 3 of you drop out today. So there should be about 4 or 5 of us left going into Monday. Don't miss Monday's picks. Because don't come in here on Tuesday when Lenny didn't forget and Lenny wins. And then you're like, oh, man, I didn't think we were picking on the 4th of July. I didn't know about that. I was just drinking and eating hamburgers. And then I'm going to be like, winner, chicken dinner. I ate chicken because I won. That's my rant about don't miss 4th of July.
Don't do it. 3 of the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 of the 8 are already on the Red Sox. So that could be a huge hunk coming on out.
Because I'm on the Red Sox. So I'm one of those 3. So
I want to go tubing on the river.
I'm
moving back to Oregon.
I know. Michigan, we used to go canoe trips. Like we just go like about hour and a half away. Bunch of us drinking whatever, getting a canoe and canoe all day.
I love it. In Texas, you have 2 inner tubes and a rope, and you put your cooler of beer in one inner tube, and then you tie that rope to your ankle, and then you sit in the other inner tube, and no one ever gets out of the river to pee.
No, yeah, I got first my Shamrock tattoo, right?
Yeah,
I got that first time I went to Arizona. I was tubing down a river and I got sunburned, like I'm talking lobster red. And except I had like a handprint here where my ex-wife decided, I'll put sunblock on you, and then put it just right here on the damn tattoo and nowhere else. So I was like, bright red.
I remember the story.
But I was tubing and I was tied to like 12 people, and I had a bucket of margarita, like a 2-gallon bucket of margaritas and a 12-pack and a little pint. And yeah, I never got out of the river.
No.
I peed like 12 times, but I never got out of the river.
I'm holding it to the bathroom, honest.
Now, I'm just telling you right now. I told everybody that was behind me downstream, like, here it comes. Just saying, don't be alarmed when it gets warm downstream.
Right. You should like set that up, like get a front line of people all together and just like have a group pee. So like there's a warm spot that everyone
coming
goes
down oh my God. Yeah. I'm that guy. I'm like, yep, I told my friends they're having a pool party barbecue on the Saturday for 4th of July, and they're like, hey, yeah, pool party, come on over. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm fat, I got bad knees, and I drink a lot. Don't be alarmed if I don't get out of the pool all day, but yet I drink a case of beer. And they're like, you don't get out of the pool? I'm like, no.
I'm gonna pee in your pool. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna pee in your pool. And you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I went to the pool yesterday. God, it's like so hot in Vegas that we wait till it cools down to go to the pool. Like, yeah, 3 o'clock it was 100. Well, my car says it's 110. I think it was really like 105. But we get to my mom's house got a new bed. I'm so excited about it. But yeah, we get to my mom's house and Ash is like, it's kind of hot to go swimming. I'm like, right? So we waited.
Too hot to go swimming. And it's rational.
It was only 102. So we went swimming then.
Like, I mean, right now, it's nice out this morning. It's 97 right now, according to my watch. So, lovely. Hey, that's nice. There's a little breeze. It's like a nice day.
Oh God, they're few and far between. Well, Josh, he's in his new house, but he wants this one room, but that room doesn't have AC. So he's in this smaller room. And I'm like, dude, it's like 2 months left, like it's only 2 months. But when you're in Vegas, like each day feels like a month. It is just so
my
hot.
AC went out on my car, my big car. And
did it?
like a couple weeks ago or whatever, but we're about to turn it in and get a new car. Like we were like July was our target date. So it went out like probably 3-4 weeks ago. And Mandy's like, they want like $2,000 to fix it. And I'm like, I'm not fixing that shit. I'm turning it in. And she's like, It's hot out, Lenny. You gonna drive that car for a month? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying $2,000 to fix it, to turn it in. Screw that. That's somebody else's problem. Ain't mine. So
that's it's too much.
I just don't go anywhere. Or take my wife's car.
That's kind of the way to do it too. It's just not going anywhere. And like you have to cover your car seats and towels, and you get those burns on the side of you, like where you're opening your door and or your seatbelt gets you.
No, for me it's my fat roll where the seatbelt hits when it comes across. Right here, my little fat roll. Ooh, if the shirt's not down there. Oh,
ding ding. Yeah. I'll bring you to God real quick. Okay, so your number one bet of the day was what?
Red Sox.
The Red Sox. Okay, so everyone's on the Red Sox.
My last Woody.
On the run line. I took that. I took it first 5 and full game. Full game, it's plus 115. So I do like that quite a bit. But I also like it first 5 because we're fading Snell. So if you're fading a pitcher, this is just like for anyone who doesn't, it's very obvious, but for anyone who doesn't know, if you are fading a pitcher, you need to be on the other team in the first 5. That's fading a pitcher. Okay. It's not a full game thing. I had this conversation yesterday. That's why I'm like stern about it. Like, no, that's not how it works. Because now you've got bullpens involved. My truck is older than most of the viewers in here. Is it? Your love handle. It's not a fat roll. It's a love handle. It's a muffin top.
No, women have muffin tops and love handles. I'm fat.
Chip
Okay.
Chirimbus texted me. He goes, "Are you up right now?" I said, "Yeah, on Morning Wood." And he wrote back, "Me too." Chip. Yeah.
Chip.
Welcome to my
Chip,
world.
Chip. Donna, are you in last one?
5+5.
No.
It's all good. We could both still win. We can both still win. Oh, WNBA from Donna Cusick is digging on the Aces -4 points. Thank you, Donna. I didn't have any WNBA in my repertoire today. So we've got the Aces taking on the Minnesota Lynx. Las Vegas -3.5, and the totals are 174. So that line's moving in the way of Minnesota. But Donna don't care. She don't care one bit.
Don't care.
And the Aces -4 because she's a boss like that. So that's what's up. Okay, so everyone, nice camera. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I have a few.
I thought he was talking to me. This is where my love goes down. That's where it goes down.
Where my love goes down. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping before we go. It is Friday, so everybody have an awesome 4th of July weekend. But if you're still going to be betting on sports, don't forget about the sponsor, BetMGM, up to $1,000 in a risk-free first bet. And by the way, you're probably going to want some free picks. So check out Midday Money. Okay, noon Eastern, 7 days a week. We're not here. We're not that committed to excellence. Sean Higgs is, all right? So check out Sean Higgs' Midday Money, baseball props galore. Ask him all kinds of questions. We love us some Higgs, so definitely check him out. Tim Earl is the producer, but check him out every single day of the week while you're having your fantastic weekend. I feel like there was something else I was trying to do. You are doing game time today or no?
Yeah, I'm doing game time.
Okay, so then we've got game time decision at 5 p.m. with Lenny and the Twins. That's where you can find your squad bet of the day. You guys are cashing on that at a rapid rate, and I'm very proud of you.
We do that Monday through Friday, and we were 13-9 in June, so we were positive money. We don't give out a lot of like plus money stuff. Like we're real close to it.
Start watching your show now.
Oh well, I'm just saying.
You like over 8 in the Red Sox Cubs and under 9 in the Jays and the Rays. I have some kind of action on that. I think I have the over in the Rays first 5 is what I did. Or maybe it's under. We'll find out right now. Stay tuned. No, I have over 4.5 in the Rays first 5. It's a Barrios thing.
Okay.
But basically, what I tried to do last night in preparation for the Handicapper, that's the other thing I was going to say. Handicapper starts today on the Facebook page. Love those squad bets. NASCAR show at 4 p.m. with Rye Cape. Yes, that's another one. NASCAR show will be on at 4 p.m. Eastern. We got races this weekend. Sugar nuts. I just forgot what I was going to say. Handicapper.
I don't know.
I'm hungry. Starts today. So get over on, that's what I was doing, finding the Facebook link. Get over on the Facebook page, Morning Woody Facebook page. I'm putting the link in the comments. I'm going to put it up on the screen. If you guys want to compete, first place gets $250. Second place is $100. Third place is $50, and y'all get a t-shirt. Remember, this contest is going to go on for 30 straight days. 2 picks a day, under -150 juice, and you've got to put up your screenshots as well. But that's what I was going to say. In preparation for the Handicapper, I kind of went through and just tried to make a bet on every game in the first 5. If I didn't feel it, I just didn't feel it. But like I went through every game, and that's what I was doing. So I'm nervous. I tied for first in my first Handicapper, so I can really only go down from here. I don't see myself winning the whole thing on baseball. If I could bring Russian table tennis back, I would. But there's a reason that I tanked that role. So no Russian table tennis.
I'll be honest with you right now. I'm going to tell everybody I probably won't do a whole lot of like updated records till like Tuesday.
Okay.
It's holiday weekend, and I'm going to be a little. So, yeah. So
maybe I can help you out with that.
I just, you know what? How you guys could all help me out is just grade your own. Like if you're 2-0 or 1-1, just say it after your picks, like at the end of the night, and then I go through and just it helps me go through faster.
Yeah, and if you see somebody who's wrong, mark that. If they say I'm 2-0 and you happen to be on that bet and it lost, be like, yo, bro, you're 1-1.
Right.
You need to self-monitor.
For the most part, about 75% of these guys do it because they're repeat offenders. repeat
Right.
participants, so you guys know, and that helps me out a lot. But the first week is always the hardest because there's 50 people in there, so once we dwindle down, it gets a lot easier. But yeah, self-grade like adults
that know how to do
Tate,
things.
he's always wrong. He self-grades himself always wrong. According to him, he puts himself as 1-1, but he says he really wants to be 2-0.
That's fair. Tate, when are you coming to Vegas? We got to get a drink. Same with you, Jules and Rye.
Ricketts coming.
Donna Cusick, come on out. Oh, is he?
Yeah. He said something on Game Time. I know he's been telling me for a while. I think in August. I want to say August.
Probably. Everyone comes in August to buy into all the contests, but I'm going to be gone in August, which is bad timing on my part.
Bad, horrible. When are you leaving?
I kind of like the
First week of
Guardians.
August?
Huh?
When are you leaving again? First week of August?
No, it's like the 20th to the 24th.
That's what it is.
Yeah, blow some shiz up and be careful when you're doing it. My mom's friend Mary has a glass eye because her little brother blew a firework up in her face when she was little. Now she has a glass eye. And from like 6 years old, I know about glass eye Mary. I've met her. This isn't just some story that your parents tell you.
Glass eye
I'm
Mary.
always very conscious of getting a glass eye and how much I don't want one, especially after watching the first season of Umbrella Academy.
No, you do not. Oh, fair statement.
Yeah.
All right, begin in September.
Yay, right. Oh, I might be going to Oregon in September for a wedding. I don't think I'm going to go, though. So you just pick your date. Just not September 10th. That's my kid's birthday. And I hear it's bad to fly on the 11th. All right, guys, that just about does it for us. Good luck to everybody out there. Good luck to the Handicapitonners. Congratulations to the guys that cashed that Handicapiton first, second, and third. D-Talk. Hell of a run, man. Hell of a run. Way to get things done there. And everyone have a really safe weekend. Let me find out. Y'all come back with glass eyes. Let me find out. This is really enjoying the Handicap.
Everybody show their fingers right now. This is the same amount you should have on Monday.
Yep.
Or
Period.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Monday and Tuesday.
I didn't say nothing about toes. The shit's not, you're on your own.
That's your own business. Wear shoes. If you're not wearing shoes and blowing up firecrackers, then you are from a very deep part of the deep South, is all I'm going to say about that. All right. Yeah, if you want the Handicapiton, that's where you do it. Guys, have a great weekend. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day, and good luck to everyone, unless you're against Lenny.
That's my Sammy Sosa. I'm out.